What's up, everybody? We're here. We're back. We're hot. Just like you guys know, there's no air conditioning in this room. And every part of us is soaking wet. But guess what? We're here for you.
We're in together.
And that's it. We're the damp, unusual suspects.
Oh.
Humberto's here. Brandon's here. That one hit
Sweating.
Brandon pretty hard because, by the way, guarantee your back is sweating right now, for sure.
It's actually not surprising.
Really?
Yeah, like I think because of how hot you guys are making it sound, I actually don't feel that hot.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're such a contrarian, Brandon. Well, why can't you just be hot with us? All
yeah,
right?
just be hot,
Pissing
dude.
me
So we're
off.
supposed to disagree.
Rob, how are your
It's
underwear?
hot. It's
Yeah,
hot.
are your
Hey,
underwear
Brandon?
red? Are your underwear wet?
I don't wear underwear, but yes,
there
the
you go.
SBA is.
And that, guys, and that's why we're unusual, because Rob, that's where you find out unusual things and unusual facts.
Oh yeah.
But guys, we have a lot going on right now in the world. Couple of stories from a couple of days ago, but more current as well. I'm gonna do the list and then we'll get right into it. The Spanish national anthem at the Dodger Stadium. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. We're definitely gonna talk about her. Also, who funded the No Kings protests? I want you guys to know. By the way, what a horrible turnout. Horrible. Like, how much money did they spend? Do we even know?
On the No Kings?
It had to be $100 million at least.
Oh yeah, millions.
Oh,
I mean, like
easy.
there's like $1 trillion per year spent on that stuff. So
I love that they're just wasting freaking money, bro.
Yeah.
And then the Minnesota assassinations. There's a link to the No Kings, but there's some really, really shady stuff going around. You heard about this.
I'm going there on Friday to
to
investigate.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going to a wedding.
And to
I want you.
investigate.
No. Listen, tell your wife and whoever. I don't even know if you know
Yeah.
these guys personally. Scratch the wedding.
Let's go
I want
talk
you
to
to
Tim
go
Walz.
there and be like, I want you to talk to the. You notice for all these shootings, the neighbor is always a fat white guy with glasses that doesn't fit.
Yep.
Like they ran out of extras, and they're like, you know what? Where's the fat white guy? Just get the sweaty guy. By the way, do you know how to cry on cue? Get your fat. Listen, and
Yep.
he's like, no, I really don't. The McDonald's just ran out of the McFlurries, and the ice cream machine's broken. Like, just cry on cue.
I'm waiting for the call, Vinny.
Oh yeah. And Rob, you guys told me about this one. Radio signals detected under the Antarctic ice.
Yeah.
What,
Yep.
like really?
Well, that's what they're saying. And also, there's a weird civilization that they found that may have an ancient civilization that has been buried underneath the ice of Antarctica. So it's all
Yep.
very interesting that those Antarctica stories come out one after the other over like the course of 4 days.
Oh, great.
That's on them, though. Who starts a civilization there? It's very cold.
it's pretty smart.
Well, I mean, but if you believe in the pole shift theory, then it was it used to not be as cold, and then when the poles shifted, it became this Arctic tundra. Are you okay?
Yeah, these things are bothering me. Go ahead.
You're gonna fix the set
Keep going, Rob,
mid-show.
keep going.
Yeah, so if you believe the pole shift theory, which they're saying is why all of these billionaires are building bunkers, is because the poles are currently in flux and they are shifting, and when that happens, there's going to be massive geometric activity across the globe that's going to make the planet inhabitable.
Habitable.
Habitable. It's a hat.
Yeah, so that's why. So all of a sudden, there's weird stuff in Antarctica, and they're saying there may have been a civilization there.
Do you
Nice.
believe it?
I don't know. I believe you're doing a really good job though fixing the set.
This one's still moving around, but we're gonna worry about that one. But dude, hey guys, it is what it is.
We're live.
And then we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
And then what we know about the 2025 guys. While all this is going on, there's a meeting called the Bilderberg meeting in Stockholm. Nobody's talking about it. Do you guys know who's like? I have a list of the people that were there. Peter Thiel was there, and he was walking like with this. By the way, horribly hair color job. Let me give you. But guys, me and Humberto, white hairs. Any guy that dyes their hair, that colors their hair, you're a mook.
I don't trust him.
I don't
immediately.
trust you at
Why are
all.
you
Like,
hiding?
What are you doing? Yeah, you're hiding.
Just for men? 'Cause
Just-
you're just for men.
Just for the guys that do the beard. Like, do you guys know that we know? It's like those guys that they go to Turkey, Rob, and they get the tattooed hairline. It's like, hey, bro, they haven't figured it out yet. Stop. It looks like you have a tattoo of a hairline on your fucking head. All right? It does not look good.
But why
It's
do you,
like you are who you are.
why do you think they call it just for men? Anyone that do that is just interested in men.
Yeah, I don't. I get so pissed off. Guys, today's gonna be one of those episodes. I just
Brandon,
don't give a damn.
100% you're gonna do it.
What?
You're gonna dye your
Color
hair?
my hair?
He was awfully quiet when you guys were making those accusations.
No,
and
I
it
was
made
just- I
me
was
think
just-
he already does.
I was pondering the thought of like, how could you be worth 16 billion and not make it like more discreet than that?
Oh yeah, because it looks
Brandon,
like red.
Brandon, you're gonna get your first gray, and you're gonna do it.
No,
And I'm gonna make so much fun of you.
I'll be a silver fox when that happens.
Oh yeah, I pulled mine out. I remember my first white hair, and I talked to it for a while. I'm like, how dare I get the fuck off my chest? It was here.
Now you're a silver fox.
Yeah, no, I don't. At this point, I honestly don't give a shit anymore. I don't.
Hmm.
And then Netanyahu blames Iran for Trump assassinations. We're definitely going to talk about that. But all right, first and foremost, did you guys even see and hear about the national anthem situation?
Yeah.
So Latin R&B artist Vanessa Hernandez,
Nobody knows her.
aka Neza. I have no idea who she is. But
Never heard of her.
Very interesting looking character. She sparked controversy at Dodger Stadium over last weekend. She performed the Star Spangled Banner in Spanish, despite explicit instructions from Dodger staff to sing it in English. I don't know how much clearer. By the way, you're a guest in somebody's stadium, in somebody's home.
No, you're
And
hired
country.
for a
You're-
job.
No, I don't even think they get paid for that. I honestly, I don't even think they're getting paid for that. It's an honor to go there to sing or speak or do anything, okay? The performance, which she describes as a tribute for my people, was framed as a political statement against ICE raids in solidarity to the LA protests and the No Kings demonstrations, which were happening on the same day. This is the video. Which video is this? This is her after. This is the aftermath of the Dodgers telling her that she shouldn't have done it, correct? She's wearing what is her shirt? Dominicana? She's
Yeah.
Dominican? Or is that what she
I
is?
thought she was repping Mexico though.
No.
No, it says Rep Dominicana. What
Okay,
are you
let's
saying?
hear this. Let me play this video.
It literally says rep.
Okay, we are going to do the song in English today, so I'm not sure if that wasn't or if that wasn't relayed.
She's crying. Okay. Humberto, I'm
Where
gonna let
should I
you go
start?
for-
Where
No,
should I
just-
start? Where
just-
should I-
wherever.
where
just-
should
hold
I
on, do me a
start?
favor, because I'm in that mood today. Just go in. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I'm not even mad. All right. I'm so mad that I'm not even mad. You know, like, okay, fair enough. The only people that watch baseball right now is Mexicans, Cubans, Venezuelans, and Tom Ellsworth. Those are the only people that care about
It's a
baseball.
long- it's
anymore.
a long game
It's a
to watch
long-
the whole thing.
It's a long.
I only watch
all
playoffs, but yeah, go ahead.
And second of all, what is this goofy gluing? Like, I've been seeing it on the streets a lot. This goofy gluing of your hair around
didn't
your
buy that.
face.
Oh,
You
I
look
just-
like Johnny Depp in that Crybaby movie. Remember where he goes to prison?
What's
That's what that
going
looks
on?
like.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
glued?
It's like,
I know it's
Well, no,
glued.
it's not sitting there by itself. But go ahead.
And baseball is the only thing left. Leave those guys alone. Stop bringing politics into everything.
all they do,
like,
bro.
I mean, there's some really good things that worked in the past. Like, for example, when they wrote "End Racism" on the NFL, like, it literally cured my racism.
I stopped being racist.
It actually made me more.
It made
Really?
me more
Yes,
racist.
I wasn't racist, and then I kept seeing them try and end it, and I went,
Like
no.
so.
That was
By the way,
the one.
and just the statement of end racism. What was the other one? Cure racism. It's such a unattainable. It's so stupid because you're not going to cure people in fucking Mississippi. You know what I mean? You're not. It's not going to end race. Okay, we did it. It's so stupid. Such a gimmick.
And the most pathetic thing is that they can't even scold her on it. Like, you heard the manager
she's
lady
like,
trying,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, can you imagine her trying to yell at a Latina there in Dodgers? Oh my God! You know what I would have said? What are you doing?
I
What
would've-
the?
I would've booed.
She'll do you think they're gonna ever hire her again?
Yeah.
Probably.
No way. Absolutely. No.
What about
Even with that little
Zendaya
voice?
and what's the other girl, like the Snow White lady?
Oh,
Rachel Zegler.
yeah.
She let her she fucked it up like 3 or 4 times.
You know how much
Vinny.
money they lost? 155. Was it
Million or
million?
billion? I think-
I know it was something.
Million
I think it was
or-
a million. It
off
was
the
bad.
movie,
It was
yeah.
bad.
Oh, Vinny, her next stop is The View, 100%.
Oh, she'll
10
definitely be on
bucks
the
that
View.
she's gonna-
But guess what? I don't care what anybody says when it comes to money and ticket sales. You know how many people are gonna not go because they're gonna complain and not like that shit? They don't like
Yeah.
that, bro. This is not. Listen, this isn't your moment to shine. People are coming to the game. Sing the fucking Star Spangled Banner. Let people respect the country and the flag and move on. Using it as a political statement, I think, is stupid. You're being counterintuitive. You're actually making people hate your fucking people more. because you're interfering with their shit. Leave it alone. This isn't a time for your fucking statement. If you want to do something, go outside, go on the street, do what everybody else is doing. Break up concrete, throw it at federal agents, burn down your city, and do it the right way. Why are you ruining it for everybody else? You think this is helping people?
No.
You think some guy that's just there to watch the game and heard this, a veteran that's actually has either fought in the war or had family members what, and you're singing something in Spanish, which he doesn't understand.
He just want to have a glissy, you
He
know?
just wants that. That's all he wants.
Hot dog, some beer.
Yeah. What do you guys think, Rob?
It's America's. Oh God.
No, well, it just shows how quickly the news cycle moves on because I never even heard this story until today, and I read the news all day, every day. Do you remember when Roseanne Barr did the national anthem? It was a national controversy.
Yeah.
Like
They hated her.
They
All
hated her.
Americans hate
This is early '90s. Roseanne goes out and sings the national anthem. It's horrible. She has a horrible voice. They said that she mocked the national anthem, and it was on the cover of every newspaper. It was on every news channel. People were. It almost ended Roseanne's career before Roseanne took off because this was early on in the show. It was a national controversy. And you look at this. Somebody goes out, and to me, it's a discredit to the veterans. It's a discredit to this country. It's a disgrace to go out there and sing our national anthem in a language that is not the official
foreign
language of our country.
Yeah,
It's like
did you take over, bitch?
it's like when you call tech support and you ever get it and it's like it starts off in Spanish where it's like cinco nueve dos and then it goes if you'd like to speak with a person
Yeah,
press
it's
1. No
Spanish.
motherfuckers, I'm in America. It should be English first and then Hispanic second, whatever Mexican
English,
or English.
period. Period.
speaking
Like, I come
Mexican.
from a Spanish-speaking country. I don't like Spanish. All right? That's why I moved, Vinny. I want to hear about it. When you come to a new country, respect the anthem, respect
You're
the
a
flag.
guest.
That's it.
You're
You're
a guest here.
Just chill.
What are you doing? And I don't know who. I don't know. Somebody probably told you, like, you know what you should do? Go over there and do it in Spanish, girl. You go, girl. It's like what are you doing? And then this is her follow-up message where she felt compelled to represent her immigrant family and the broader Latino community, claiming the Dodgers had banned her from the stadium. Go ahead, play this video.
All right, bear with me because I'm still very shooken up
She's shooken
and
up.
emotional, and I just.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, I just got home from singing the national anthem in Spanish at the Dodgers game, and it is the official Star Spangled Banner in
No, it's
Spanish.
not. It's in
You can
Spanish.
Google it. So I'll just read it to you really quick, but it was officially commissioned in 1945 by the U.S. State Department as a part of President Franklin Roosevelt's Good Neighbor policy to foster a better relationship with Latin America. Because of this, I didn't think I would be met with any
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
because you've
like,
heard other people do it.
no, especially because we're in LA
No, you know what the fuck you're
and
doing.
with everything happening. And I've sang the national anthem many times in my life, but there was today out of all days.
Oh.
I could not.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Yeah, I just
Oh
could
yeah, you
not
couldn't.
believe.
So you're in rebellion
she
to the
walked in
national anthem
and
in
told
English.
me no. But I just felt like I needed to do it. Para mi gente.
Oh, my God.
All right, shut this off. I
Now-
can't.
Shut it down.
Like, just shut that shit off.
If the Dodgers told her not to do it and then she goes out and she does it, then how can you sit here and be the victim? You are given a directive by the organization which hired you, which, by the way, you were right. They don't get paid to perform the national anthem.
Weird.
Some leagues, when it comes to the playoffs, they may pay the $500 for a game or $1,000 for a weekend, according to the research I was able to find. But if you're being hired for a job, you're being given an opportunity. And then, like, imagine if we're doing this podcast and they go, don't start the show in Spanish. And the first thing you do is sit down and start, hola, mi amigos.
¿Qué
Welcome
pasó?
to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You'd be yelled at and be like, no, we're not going to let you be on the show anymore.
Yeah.
So for her to go out there and be given the directive, if she was given the directive by the Dodgers not to do that, then she goes and does it. And then she gets on front, I'm going to film myself being the victim so everybody feels bad for me. You put yourself in this situation.
Does she think this is gonna make us like illegal immigrants more? Like she's making this statement because of the stuff with the ICE and them deporting people and all that. Like, do you think we're gonna be more patient and tolerant with that stuff after you're doing this? Like,
What do you
this-
think? Tom
like,
Homan saw that and he went, you know what?
You have a
You know
point.
what? You're right.
Yeah.
We're going to stop the ICE raids. Forget it. Call it off. All illegals coming to the country.
And now you have people that are at that game that haven't even thought about this thing, like the typical 50-year-old white dude who doesn't even think about politics or ICE or anything. But now he's like, wait, what the hell is this bullshit? You're taking this into my sport, like America's greatest pastime, and bringing politics into it. So it's a whole new level of hatred
100%.
now.
And I agree. And guess what? Like with all the shit that's going on, okay, with everything in the world, some people like to go to these things to forget about everything. This is a pastime. This is somewhere where you can go and just enjoy a game. Yes, it's meaningless. I get it. It's a fucking kid's game.
No, it means.
No. I'm saying if you think about sports in general, in the view of the world, they're meaningless, meaning the game itself is meaningless. But people want to go to watch it to just unplug from everything. And then you're bringing this shit, all the Black Lives Matter, all the kneeling, all the fucking, now this shit. It's like, leave the sports in their own, like, corner. Leave them alone. Okay, which goes to my next thing, Humberto. Then I'll let you say what you have to say. By the way, and a statement from the Dodgers, clarified she was not banned, so she lied. Okay, and she would be welcome back to the stadium. So you guys are right. That's fucking yeah.
I said it.
But to sing or just be welcome back?
No, she will sing again.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
probably.
gonna call her from your team.
She'll probably sing. She'll probably like learn another language.
She's
She'll be
gonna
like
be
singing in
singing for the
Chinese or
Yankees.
Russian.
Don't worry about it.
She's like,
She's
the dish, not the bush, not the dish. I'm like, oh shit, there she goes in Russian. I did the Russian one. I didn't do the.
That was good.
Sorry.
That was
Because I did
good.
the Russian one. I had to go
Dude,
back
you
to the-
Chinese?
Why? I'm going all over the place. The night before, during the team's Pride Night event, it's like, bro, how much more shit could Los Angeles, California do wrong? Like, I'm being dead serious. I'm not, put all the funny stuff aside. What is California doing positive? Like, zero. The fires, the leadership, ICE, Pride. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I know biblically, in prophecy, it says the end of times is going to literally be like literally in the Middle East, like Jerusalem, Israel. That's where the Bible prophesies Revelations. If for some reason it doesn't happen there, it's coming to Los Angeles. That is the hub. I am so happy I moved there, Rob. I can't even explain it. Okay,
Why don't they just have gay Mexicans have sex on the field?
Now just let them
Yeah,
go.
You know,
for it.
like why are we screwing around?
That actually
It started.
sounds like an
Hold
interesting
on,
sport.
illegal. Hold on, illegal.
Illegal
game.
gaming.
And whoever ends up being the top gets to be in the country.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you commandeer and make the other man your bitch, you get
Yeah.
citizenship.
So this is this is pitcher Clayton Kershaw. He was spotted making an alteration to his pride hat. This is the photo right here. First of all, I don't even, guys, Rob, and I'm being dead serious. If I'm an athlete and I'm playing and you want me to put a rainbow, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a big problem. Like, meaning my agent's going to be involved and I'm not taking the field.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not representing any cause or anything. I'm here. What's my job? If you're a pitcher, if you're an athlete, what is your job?
Throw a baseball.
Chase and hit a ball.
Throw,
That's it.
take the ball and throw that shit. I'm not making statements. I'm not wearing none of that shit. I'm not getting involved at all. It's not in my contract. I'm almost positive, bro. I don't know. I don't know if this is in a contract that says you have to wear whatever day that we have, you have to rock it. That's
Probably is.
no, I don't know about that. I would say no. But then guess what? Why does he get to write that on his head? Did he get fined for that?
Probably.
Is he in
That
trouble?
maybe that wasn't on the contract.
Well, because if you guys can see, alongside the rainbow-colored Dodgers logo, Kershaw had written Genesis chapter 9, verses 12 through 6, and the references God's promise to Noah when he sent the rainbow as a sign that he would never destroy the earth with a flood. Okay? So, I mean, it just drives me crazy, bro. It's like all this stuff, like, the only thing that they give us to let us just be, okay, unwind and get away from everything is you pay money and you go watch a sporting event. Again, meaningless in the scope of life and what, like, bro, World War III is about to pop off. I can give a shit. I know people that know every name of every fucking player, what they batted in college, what his wife's name is, how many kids they got, what his superstitions are, and they don't know shit. They can't point out where Ukraine is on a map. They don't know the 50 states. They don't know, you can look at a map, they don't know where Nebraska is. It's that bad, and I know it's a big distraction, but people like it. Leave them the hell alone.
this is way worse, Vinny.
Why?
This is way worse, right? This is a public humiliation ritual, all right? Let's say we work here, we do entertainment or whatever, and tomorrow they're like, okay, all of you guys, you're gonna wear a gay shirt, all right? Like, how
Like,
does
wait,
it,
like what? Like a flamboyant shirt or like a
Rainbow.
rainbow?
a rainbow shirt,
Rainbow.
Okay.
all right? How does it fly in sports that they make them go through this? and not other professions. Imagine like an accounting firm that made everyone.
Yeah, everybody has to wear the rainbow.
No, but come on, imagine how many kids, because most of the time, we're around a lot of athletes, all right? Most of the time, athletes, they're very focused on what they're doing. They want to further their career. They want to train. They want to have their head in the game. Most of them are very shy. None of them are like Shaq or those guys. They don't want to rock the boat. They want to play the best that they can. You know how many athletes have been forced to wear this and didn't say anything just to not destroy their future?
Yep, and that's the money. Yeah, because they'll fire your ass.
It's absolutely, I find it unfair and I find it dirty,
What do you think, Rob?
If you're going to force any type of ideology on people, then you should be okay with them also expressing their views against it, right? Like if you're going to force me to wear a pride hat, then you should be okay with me having the right to be able to put anything I want on that pride hat to argue that point. If it's okay for you to force me to be of the same opinion of you by making me wear the hat, then you should at least be okay with me expressing my own opinion. And it seems like they've taken that right away because everybody was calling for this guy to be benched and be outraged. But when you take a look there, we talked about the death of DEI a lot, but nobody has talked about the death of Pride the death of Pride Month. And under the new Trump administration, you see retailers like Target. Brandon went to go find gay clothes.
As a joke to make fun of gay people.
Okay. And he couldn't find the gay clothing he was looking for. Why? Because they had replaced all of the Pride clothing with American Pride clothing. Flags, hats, things that represented our country. So you're seeing huge retailers make a shift. So when are these other corporations going to get the hint? Like Target's ahead of the game. Target's seeing the writing on the wall and going, people are fed up with this shit. We're ending it. When are Major League Sports going to adopt the same mentality? Because they did it with Black Lives Matter. They ran Black Lives Matter for 4 fucking years where people were continuing to kneel and they continued, like you said, just last year they had end racism in both end zones of the football field.
It cured me.
When is it going to get to these organizations and hey, wake up. Nobody wants this anymore.
That's a very good question.
It's okay to be gay, by the way. Go be
Who
gay.
gives a
Nobody
shit?
cares.
Yeah,
Just
but
don't
don't
make
throw it
everyone
in our
people-
faces.
Yeah, I think that's the
that's the
biggest
arrogant
thing
part.
is, hey, be gay if you want. I don't give a shit who you have sex with or what you do in your personal life. But when you force that on me, then I should be able to force my opinions back on you. And that's what Clayton Kershaw did. He put the Genesis
9, 12 to 16.
yeah, on his hat as a way to speak against what they were forcing him to speak on.
Yep, I agree.
Well, they're kind of taking the hints this year. 11 teams in the NFL dropped Pride.
By the way, real gay people don't like the stuff. Like traditional gay people don't like all this crap. And I mean, like
I know three of them that I know 3 very close ones that you guys know their names as well that are like they're like it's too much.
Deli.
Like you guys,
Dally.
like you guys, like
They
and
fought
bro,
for the rights to like just get basic shit, and now the people who are psychos are ruining it.
it's- I mean, every movement, everything is hijacked
friend
by
of the
fucking
show,
extremists.
Jillian Michaels, she wrote a whole op-ed.
I saw it on where was it? Was it on Daily Mail?
On the Daily
I think
Mail.
Daily Mail.
She's getting a little blowback, but she said we're not with this thing.
Well,
We just
no,
wanna
because
be
it's just
with-
regular, like just gay. And again, who gives it? Do your thing. Congratulations. But when it's just pride and butt naked people in the street and showing their dicks in LA, and bro, I'm telling you right now, LA is a spot, bro. That's a Sodom and Gomorrah. You want to see gay guys on crucifixes stripping? I'm telling you right now, bro. That place is it's just fucking disgusting. Anyway, sorry for my language. Next topic. Who funded the No Kings protest? A lot of questions here. Speaking of those protests, over the weekend, No Kings demonstrations were held and planned on Saturday with tens of thousands. How many people was it altogether? You guys know?
It was a 12 in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale.
12 people.
In Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale.
you know why?
I drove up to, I was driving home Boca Raton, and I was passing through it, and there was the same amount. Like 12 people. They were all elderly. The different colored hair on every single one.
Weird.
It looked like the same people that normally go to the Pride parades were like, well, we're bored. There's no Pride parade. We'll go to this parade instead.
Yeah, they have nothing else to fucking do with their lives. But
So they flipped from No Kings to the gay one.
They went from the gay one to the No Kings, and then
All
they'll
right.
probably go back to the gay parade this weekend.
Gay
yeah.
kings.
And there was, by the way, it was mostly white liberal boomers taking to the streets. This is the photo right here. These are the photos. People over. No Kings. By the way, what a week. No message. Guess what? Call it what it is. F Trump, we hate Trump, Trump, Hitler. That's your thing.
They should have called Trump. He gives the best names to Big Beautiful Bill.
Yeah, he would have hooked it up. By the way,
Yeah.
Here's my video.
Oh, this is Brandon's friend. You were there?
Look, no, I drove. I was gonna go talk to them and like interview them and shit. And,
Okay.
but there's 12 people there, so I didn't want to
Oh,
do
can you
that.
show
But
this?
look how far the guardrails go. There's like a mile.
They put up guardrails.
Yeah, because I mean we have our shit on lock here, so they weren't gonna let them in the street.
Go ahead. Let me see this.
So for a good, I'd say at
Well, that's
least.
Lauderdale by the Sea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Lauderdale by the Sea?
Look, keep going.
Oh, it's
Nothing.
about to get wild, guys.
Oh yeah.
Shit's about to pop off.
Look how much they anticipated, though.
Yeah, but you know what? After you have a fucking governor that comes out and says it's okay to drive over you.
And then a
Was
sheriff.
that it?
And then
It's
a
still going.
sheriff
No,
that
those
said,
were beachgoers, Brandon. It was a little Asian
Here
girl.
we go.
All right, come on, guys. Make us proud.
Here's the
Here we
cavalry.
go.
Here it is.
Yay! And we're done. That's
Yeah.
it.
you know what? That changed my mind. Trump's a dictator.
Yeah.
I saw that. I went, nope, Trump's a
No,
tyrant.
Kings. By the way, that's why you have a governor that says, hey, oh, God, are we going to show this?
Oh, this is nasty.
Yeah, I can't watch that. Can we show that, Rob? Somebody getting their leg drawn?
Yeah, they didn't die, right?
No, they
there's-
didn't die. But hold on. So FYI, the reason that happened too, because Governor DeSantis does not play that shit. He's like, if you guys are going to stop people from getting to their cars, they're going to be able to drive over you. This person apparently thinks that they were in Florida, but this is in downtown Los Angeles where a car runs over a protester who's demonstrating and thinks that their body's going to stop a car.
This is the very best thing that Nikia ever.
Oh, this is it. All right, play this. Ooh, I can't watch it like this.
Ooh, you're going to tear a meniscus on that one.
Oh,
More than that.
and guess what? You play stupid games, you win stupid fucking prizes. Get your who came up with standing in front of a vehicle is the way to do this? And those stupid climate control people, bro. I'm telling you right now, do not get in my. I'm not playing that game.
I'll run everybody over.
I don't care.
I sent it on the group, like the whole document on how they act. It's called Beautiful Trouble, all right? If you guys want to go read it.
I
The
don't know how to read it.
action is the reaction, Vinny, all right? So this is fair game. They want to have the clip of the girl getting ran over because they run that through social media. They're like, oh, this dictator supporters, they're cold
Blood and murders. Yeah,
blood
don't
and
care.
murders. Look what they did to this poor little girl here. And that's what it is.
And then
What
there's
about just a guy that's got to get to work? Like, could you imagine if that happened? I know that it won't happen in the state of Florida because of Governor DeSantis, but if you guys are in that position, you're trying to get to work. There's a person standing in your way. They've got rainbow-colored hair, piercings all over their face. They're holding a Trump is Hitler sign. Are you going to run them over to get to your destination? I got to be honest. I got pulled over by a cop on my way to podcast yesterday morning.
Again?
Well, yesterday, yeah. And there was a part of me that was like, who do I want to upset more? Pat by being late for the podcast or the cops by running from them? But that was literally the thought process. So if there's some transgender LGBTQ activist standing in my way, I am flooring it and running over them. Not because I'm angry, because I've got places to be. Don't inconvenience me with your protest.
There's
But-
people getting dragged out of their cars too, like the people who don't run them over, like they're breaking their windows and dragging them out when their kids are in the car.
I
And
will
shit. Like, what are you
not-
talking about?
I think your fascist car won't allow it.
It
Yeah.
won't. But my Jeep Wrangler 2012, great vehicle, that thing will run over a whole crowd of people.
No, here's my thing. Human beings belong on the sidewalk. Okay, the street is for cars. You're protesting in the street is not doing shit. Do it the right way. Go and make a big spectacle somewhere. By the way, not only Rob going to work and we're being kind of funny and facetious. God forbid I have my mom in the car and she has to have a
it's a wrap.
surgery or guys. When you see those lines of cars of thousands of human beings, think of all the problems and all the shit that's happening in those cars, and you're stopping it. What if somebody has to go do a heroin deal? You're gonna stop that? I gotta go get heroin.
Right.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Or catch me after 2 burritos.
Yeah, are you
Nothing
kidding
can
me? There's
stop
the
me.
4 p.m. the happy hour finishes at 3.
Yeah.
What do you think these people? Who do you think these people voted for in the 2024 election? Do you think they voted for Trump or Kamala?
The No
Come
Kings
on.
people.
I knew
I
that-
think not one of them voted for Trump.
I think
What?
neither.
Okay, really? Why?
'Cause you see the numbers. You know, you see the turnout the last election. It wasn't like particularly high.
But here, let me ask you.
Well, compared to 2020, but 2020 had that weird spike that happened in the middle of the night.
Well, Rob, here's the thing. Do you think, Rob, maybe some of these people are Trump supporters, but when they get a Craigslist thing and it's like, hey, we'll give you $500 to $1,000, go stand your ass outside. I know some people that are Trump supporters that would do it.
Yeah,
You're not gonna hurt him. He won.
If they're not paid protesters and they're there because they honestly believe that Trump is a threat to democracy, then I would believe that those are the same people that voted for Kamala in 2024. But what's interesting about that is you're calling Donald Trump a king, a tyrant, a dictator. But they literally, the Democratic Party, literally circumvented the primary process. Kamala Harris did not win the primary. Joe Biden won the primary. Now, Kamala Harris didn't technically lose the primary because she wasn't actually a candidate at the time. Yeah. But Joe Biden won it. They circumvented democracy in order to install her as a candidate in the DNC to win the 2024 election. And these are the same people that are going out there and going, Donald Trump's a danger to democracy. What about the DNC? What about the DNC that fucked Bernie Sanders out of the nomination in 2016? And again in 2020, and they installed a candidate in 2024 to win and beat Trump, and they lost. They got their asses handed to them.
Wow.
And these people don't even think about that. They go, nope, orange man bad. Let me go stand out with another 4 other knuckleheads with a sign that nobody can read because I'm retarded and write like that.
You know what I can't wait for, guys? And I want to move on to the next story. I cannot wait, like I'm being dead serious, for Trump to be, finish his 4 years and to be gone. And then they're done with the Hitler thing, but then they keep exposing themselves for how stupid and how ignorant and no message and they've lost the male vote and all this woke shit. It's like, what do they stand for? What are you guys standing for? Because all they're running on, the only gas left in the tank is Trump is Hitler, and that's over. That thing is barely, that tank is almost out of fuel because nobody believes your bullshit. It's over. It's over. It's done. There's nothing. So what about your policies? And I'm telling you right now, if Democrats think that AOC and old-ass balloon head Bernie Sanders or Eric Swalwell or Jasmine Crockett or David Hogg is your future, you guys are beyond cooked. It's for a decades. You're finished. You have no message. You have no backbone, and you lost it. You lost everything. You have nobody believes your bullshit. And all the media, but I'm talking about Fox too. Nobody believes any mainstream anymore. It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. It is. It's all bullshit. And if your only thing is, hey, vote for me because that guy's bad, it's over. It's over. What's this video right here? Can you?
That's the funding for the protest.
Oh, this is
that's
it?
a topic.
They were largely a flop. There were several incidents of violence. AR-15. Is this the one?
This is the financing.
funding.
Show the funding video. This is all the people.
All people get money.
ACLU. Wait, ACLU paid for that?
Part of
They
it.
funded it? Bernie? Black Votes Matter. Go f yourself. Chicago women. Oh, a bit weird. All women. Color of change. Climate defenders. Dude, these people are fucking losers.
Well, there's this big NGO network. Like, this is where the $1 trillion goes to. I mean, it's not any, like,
And
one
what's
thing.
but Brandon, what's the Families for Billionaires? All this money, all these people. Yeah, keep playing the list. They're dumping this money to what? To cause division?
Yeah.
It's not working.
Well, it's a tax write-off for one thing because you give it to those nonprofits or those NGOs.
Yeah, look at this. Patriotic millionaires. People's Action.
Yeah.
Dude, what a bunch of pride at work. What a bunch of douchebags, bro.
Well, yeah, like you saw the Walmart chick, the Walmart heiress, she was giving a bunch of money to it too. So it's like those guilty rich people.
Okay, stop, bro. You're making my head hurt.
No, and there was video. I don't believe Connor has it, but there was video that Fox News covered of 2 people talking about being paid. They responded to ads, to your point earlier, about Trump voters being out there in these protests because they're getting paid. There were 2 separate people that filmed themselves, TikTokers, who said, hey, I was contacted and offered $250 to go protest in LA. And then another guy put out a video saying he was paid $300 to go to New York and protest as well. So when you see these crowds, understand that these are not naturally organic. These are paid for by companies like this. And they're not only paying for the actual protests themselves, but they're actually paying for the protesters to protest.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like a company called
Crowds on Demand.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know how that's legal, but yeah, like the Elon Tesla thing, like when people were attacking the Teslas, that was a paid for thing. thing too. So I mean, imagine like it's been 10 years now that things like this have happened. We had no idea about, but this is how we overthrow countries. So like this is what's happening to us. Like our same playbook for overthrowing other governments is happening to us.
Weird. And the primary funding came from Arabella Advisors, a major dark money network backed by billionaires George Soros, Hans-Georg Weiss, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Reid Hoffman.
By the way, congratulations to Soros and Uma for getting married.
Oh my
this
bro!
weekend.
But did you see that George Soros wasn't in attendance?
Yep.
George Soros was there, right?
No, he wasn't.
I saw a photo of him sitting next to them. Or was it AI?
That was probably AI. The big report was that George Soros was not at the wedding.
Where is he? In
which-
hell, burning?
Well, I'm hoping. I don't ever want to wish ill upon anybody, but there's only one reason why you're that age and you miss your child's wedding, and it would be because of poor health. Again, I don't want to wish poor health on anybody, but he's a swamp creature that is trying to destroy democracy. So
Well,
fuck him.
he's been trying for a while. And just Uma Abedin, like, what kind of taste in men do you have?
But what kind of taste in women does he have? Like, I see why she would want to be with a billionaire 30-year-old, but why does he want to be with some like 40-year-old who might drink adrenochrome?
I mean, if you think about it, she went from Anthony Weiner, who was a convicted, fucking disgusting, whatever he was doing with what would you call it? Pedophilia? Would you call it sexual predator?
I would say grooming more because he was texting underage girls and getting them
Sending
to send
photos and stuff.
him
Okay, so
sending
whatever he
package
is, he went to jail for it, right? So you marry that guy, that energy, the vibe, and then you go to Alex Soros.
I'm sorry, it's an upgrade.
No, it's an upgrade because of the money and the
Oh,
thing.
that's
but
tough, man.
No,
So
come on,
you
what
go
do you
from
mean?
convicted sex offender to
Billionaire psycho?
alleged billionaire psycho.
Which one's alleged?
well, he's
Definitely a billionaire.
the father.
The psycho part. I
Well,
get
the
what you're saying.
father, his father, it's not a secret, and it's not like the apple's gonna fall that far from the tree. He's taken over his dad's business, and dude,
24 billion.
Hillary Clinton was there, and all these people were there. Oh, I think George Soros probably has more.
I think they're both gay.
Well, Open Society is 24
They're
billion.
both- yeah, exactly. You think
Yeah,
they're both gay?
allegedly.
Wait, you think Huma's gay and Alex Soros
That's
is
how
gay?
it used to work before. Like,
do you mean, when?
You didn't want to raise suspicions. You're older. You get married, and everyone shuts the fuck up.
Like
about
arranged
you.
relationships. and
Maybe
arranged
I don't
marriage.
know. I'm not an expert in gays.
You're assuming, and you're speculating.
Well, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, and I'm sure some of us have,
Yeah,
there
frazzle trip.
Yeah, well, there are reports on the internet that Huma, and I'm not saying this that I believe this by any means, or that this opinion reflects Valuetainment or the Unusual Suspects podcast, but there are reports on the internet that her and Hillary Clinton, Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton, were engaged in satanic sex rituals involving the drinking of blood of children and other weird things like that. So there's always been these rumors of, and I mean, if you look at Hillary Clinton, that no offense to her, but that haircut screams lesbian.
Yeah.
You ever see a hot 23-year-old with that weird haircut?
Nope.
It's an awful haircut. So everything about Hillary, when you look at her, screams lesbian. And again, I don't know if Huma Abedin was involved in the frazzle drip or not, but there's a lot of speculation.
Well, if you've been married to Bill Clinton for all these years, guess what? You're probably gonna go dyke. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
look at he's been banging young. Imagine, bro. Hillary stuck by him through all that. You think she's ever let that down?
Well, because
Like
she
how
doesn't
embarrassing
care
it
about.
was?
Okay,
No, she doesn't give a shit.
if you look at it from that perspective, it's like the woman who turns a blind eye to her husband cheating because he makes a lot of money every year, right? Well, she's become accustomed to a lifestyle. She likes the lifestyle. She doesn't want to lose the lifestyle. So does her husband having improprieties or a relationship mean that she has to leave him? If she does, she's going to lose that lifestyle. Hillary Clinton, it seems, is obsessed with power. And so if you leave Bill Clinton, if you go, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a stand. I want to go be with somebody who's not going to cheat on me. Well, then you're going to lose that position of power. So for her, it's, hey, I'd rather be in power than in a loving relationship. To me, that looks like somebody who doesn't actually care about the person they're with. It cares more about the power that they have when they're with that person.
I agree.
Absolutely.
She has it. All right, moving on. The minute six. Speaking of no kings, look at this guy. Look at this
Is that
guy.
Daniel Baldwin?
Yeah, who was?
That is not a good shot.
Yeah. So on Saturday, Vance Luther Bolter, 57-year-old former pastor and security contractor, who shot Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses in what appeared to be a politically motivated assassination attempt. This is his photo. Guys, I actually wrote notes about this guy. So
Looks like he
Well,
has
let
a
me-
wax mask on there.
Yeah, like who's opening the door?
That's straight
for
from
that?
the Purge.
Which photo? The left or the
Yeah,
right?
right.
The
The
right.
one clearly on the right, he's got a mask on, right?
Does he?
Yeah, no, yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
100% a mask.
Got it. Okay.
So while disguised as a police officer and wearing a rubber mask, he attacked State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Both are expected to survive with their injuries. And then he went and killed former House Speaker Melissa Hortman at her house. And this is the photo of the people that were shot. The one on the left has been killed, correct? I'm pretty sure she's dead. Earlier this
Yes.
week, after the largest manhunt in Minnesota history, he was captured and charged with two counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Facts about this affiliation don't seem to add up. I actually have. Let me show you. These No Kings flyers were in his car. This is me on my own research because it's not on these. I have it. I actually did my own homework. There's a lot to this story, and a lot of people are trying to call it like a lone act. His wife, Jennifer Bolter, interned for then Congressman Tim Walz, Tampon Tim, from August to December in 2010, according to Legistorm, Legistorm. It's a nonpartisan database used by journalists and lobbyists to track congressional employment. If you're on the database, you're on the payroll. So that same Tim Walz, Tampon Tim, now governor of Minnesota, later appointed Jennifer's husband, Vance, to the Minnesota Workforce of Development Board. Weird, huh? And then fast forward to Saturday, he impersonates an officer and shoots them. By the way, he leaves behind a manifesto and a hit list targeting 70 Democratic officials. Among the dead was, the representative. By the way, she crossed party lines. This is a video of her. Guys, she voted against illegal immigrant health care. Okay, she didn't want illegals to have fucking health care. This is her getting choked up on it because guess what? All the Democrats did. She was one of the ones that was I think there was 2 people that said no to the bill. Look at how emotional she is.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman emotional following the House's adjournment from a special session Monday. Hortman was the lone DFL lawmaker to
herself.
cast a vote to cut Minnesota Care access for undocumented immigrants. It's a move she made with a heavy heart.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up, and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
All right,
The
so
bill
stop
was
it right there, guys.
deeply
Think about this. So, correction. She's the only one that was like, you know what? I know this is Tampon Tim land, but I don't want illegals to take money away and get funding because the citizens do. And then this is, if it's not connected, I don't know what is. And I'm going to come to you, Humberto. So, in his vehicle, they recovered flyers from the nationwide No Kings protest. And then during the manhunt, Jennifer, his wife, was stopped with weapons, ammunitions, passports, and protest materials. Guys, this is what's weird. She was detained, Rob, questioned, never arrested.
That is
Kind of weird. Even more disturbing, Minnesota law enforcement, that 2 officers were already on the scene before Bolter he entered Hortman's home. They saw him in the driveway wearing the Halloween mask and the fake uniform, engaged him, talked to him, brief firefight. Then they stood and watched him enter the home, kill her, okay, and then the husband, and then escape out the back door. This all happened after Senator Hoffman had already been reportedly gunned down earlier that day. So it's not adding up, okay? And the police didn't stop him. They didn't, they just let him walk right in and murder these 2 people. So it's kind of weird. And did you guys see do we have the video of the neighbor? Connor, do we not have that?
We do not.
Okay, we don't. Neighbors, dude, the neighbor looks like, who's the shooter that shot Trump in the ear?
Which,
the dad?
First one.
Thomas Crooks.
Thomas Crooks. They all have that same look. Humberto, you see something like this, what do you think? You think it's connected? You think it's not? Why wasn't the No Kings things to me was supposed to be this huge thing and cause all this thing? It didn't make a blurb. And I think this thing might have had something to do with it because law enforcement said, oh, you guys are killing senators and shit. We're not playing this game.
This has all the earmarks. First of all, the 2 worst groups, the ones I hate the most, we were talking about it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you're going there?
All right, yeah, I'm going
biggest
there.
dangerous to society. You guys
Biggest
never expect
dangerous.
it.
What?
Okay.
Should they guess first?
Yeah. Guess what are the 2 worst groups for society?
Clowns.
No. worse.
They're a very bad.
They're bad, but there's
Daniel's
worse.
a clown
Oh,
on the
is he?
weekends. I don't trust it.
And he teaches classes.
Daniel, we're going to talk to you after this. I hope
All right.
He's going to be probably looking
First
at
of all, staffers. This is some staffer shit. Like, you know when people say gangster shit? It's some staffer shit.
Like, what do you mean by stuff? Like people that just work for them?
Yeah.
What, like, you're saying he didn't want to hand these out? The no Kings flyers, so he's like, I'm going to go kill people?
Yeah, which is
People
over
who
it.
start off as a staffer never go anywhere good in life. Like
Oh,
they
shit.
never
Yeah,
do
what
good.
do you do? I'm a staffer.
Hillary
Oh,
Clinton started as a staffer.
Dick Cheney started
Dick
as a
Cheney
staffer.
started as a staffer.
Oh, forget it. That
Like,
wraps it all up.
No,
Yeah.
all these staffers are pure evil. So I'm not surprised that a staffer did this.
You're not accountable to anything or anybody except for like getting votes. Like you're never like responsible for money and like held accountable if you like spend money the wrong way or something. Like, you know, it's just like sets you up to be a horrible thinker.
But in all honesty, I think this was a stunt that went wrong. To get dirt on the right.
But
I think it was
just-
MK Ultra
But it just
shit.
doesn't add up. Dude, because think about it. They're saying he's a Trump supporter and he voted Trump. No, bro. The guy hated Trump. There's photos of him with his wife at anti-Trump rallies. This isn't some JD Vance shit where you hated him 10 years ago and now you're like, oh, I'm going to run for vice president, which is a big time shady. That's a whole different conversation. But no, this is a guy that.
You know, I think they're you ever hear the term dog whistle? Like
Yeah.
to dog whistle somebody?
Yeah.
So I think there's really discreet ways to activate people with a dog whistle and to get them to do things like this. Because, you know, with you ever see how what do they call them? Like the hypnotists, they'll like just like say a certain phrase or something, they'll like get people to snap
Yeah,
into a trance.
Tony does that shit.
You're right. That's how he picks up women. So there's like ways to snap people to a trance to get them to do things just by saying like a certain sequence of words and like
But after you've gotten to them already, like they like.
sometimes
Isn't that what Tony Robbins does, like the PNL stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So not everybody's that impressionable, but there's people out there that are that impressionable, that are impressionable enough to like just be put into a trance to go do something.
So hear me out though. But so this event was a lefty. Well, I mean, they claimed that he was a righty, but this is a lefty killing lefty.
That was voting against
people in government
lefties.
that are going against lefties.
Right.
Like, why would a Trump supporter? Yeah, that doesn't make the Trump supporter thing doesn't add up and doesn't make any sense. So if it was like an MK Ultra crazy thing, this would be probably for the right to do. Like this would be a Republican would want him to shoot them and be a Democrat doing this, right?
But the Democrat was going across party lines voting against Democrats, right?
Yeah, a Democrat didn't like what Democrats were doing. So what I'm saying is, this would be this would help who? Republicans would look good.
No, the state Democrats.
How does this make a Democrat look good if a Democrat killed a Democrat?
Because when you're dead, voting is really hard.
No, but I mean the vote's in. No, what I'm saying is, what party?
Unless you vote for
what I'm saying-
Biden.
No, let me clarify my question. Which party does this make look bad? A Democrat killed a Democrat. It makes the Democrats look bad, not the Republicans. Right? Are you guys missing the point?
Oh no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brandon. I'm saying if this was gonna be an MK Ultra thing, this would be a Republican go brainwash this guy because this would be on the other side because there's no doubt he's a Democrat. The legislature improves him and his wife and the donations. I don't know, dude. It's crazy that this thing lasted half of a day.
Yeah.
Did you even hear anything about this?
I remember reading about it, but I think it was ongoing. The biggest problem right now is so much focus and attention is being paid to what's going on between Israel and Iran right now that there's no news coverage on anything else. So they could come out tomorrow and be like, well, this guy, he actually wrote a whole manifesto and he blames,
Nobody, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse for the shooting, and nobody's even going to pick up on it or report on it or even pay attention to it because so much attention is being driven towards what's going on.
Isn't that
I bet
crazy?
he said Israel told him to do it. That's the only way you could get
It's
attention.
weird, Rob.
He was sent by the Ayatollah of Iran.
It's so crazy. Like it's kind of like the correlation to me is like COVID. Like all these guys and some there's a comedian that I know that got in trouble. I don't like him. I just it is
Carrot
what it is.
Top.
No, he got like if you did anything during COVID, bro. If you were with underage girls or whatever, COVID was such a blessing for you because everybody turned their attention that way. Nobody gave a shit about you. Nobody gave it's real.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. In this case, Rob, Iran. This is such a big and hot topic. The news cycle is like, oh, this guy shot and killed a lady that didn't want to vote for fucking illegals. Next. That's insane.
That's
Right.
a great point because you got to think about what was going on in 2018 and 19. That was the time of the Me Too era,
Big
right?
time.
And that was the focus. Every day it was a new titan of industry
Going
being
down.
accused of sexual improprieties, and then all of a sudden COVID comes, And have you heard of anybody outside of Harvey Weinstein
No.
trying to get out of jail,
No.
being accused or
No.
being implicated or
it's a wrap.
arrested or indicted? Nobody.
It
So
helped.
it's almost like the Me Too movement just ended when COVID started.
Yeah, it was like COVID. Yeah, COVID was like literally the vaccine for.
Me Too.
No, it really was the Me Too vaccine. That shit
Yeah.
stopped it in its fucking tracks.
What Rob said earlier about the national anthem, that if that happened a few years ago, it would have been all over the news. It
They would
would
have worshipped her. What do you mean?
No. Like Roseanne Barr
Yeah.
watching the anthem. This happens, and then you start realizing how they control the news cycle. All right, this probably circa 2010. This would have been a 3-week top of the news
Mystery, like
story,
who did it,
right?
what happened?
It would have been everywhere.
Oh yeah, and
But
it
now-
wasn't. It was literally a half a day of news.
Yeah.
I mean, look how long we spent talking about the attempted assassination of Paul Pelosi.
And Trump, for that matter.
Well, Trump, okay, Paul Pelosi, the reason we spent so much time on it was because it was a
that's
slow
true.
news cycle. It wasn't,
Oh.
so we would cover the topic and then there'd be new developments and we talk about the new developments because there was nothing going on. But with the Trump assassination, you're in such a fast-paced news cycle, especially leading up to the election. And you had the debates and then you had Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom doing debates as well. So the news cycle was moving so quickly that the Trump assassination just got, hey, it happened, we're moving on, we're not even going to discuss it. But the Paul Pelosi thing, we spent so much time on it because it was a slow news cycle. That's why there's not a lot of attention going to this because, again, it's a busy news cycle. People are paying attention to other things.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I mean, God rest her soul. I'm happy that the other two and her husband. I'm happy that the other two survived. But I mean, dude, like,
Did you see how they caught the guy? Apparently, it was cam trails. Like, you know how, like, deer hunters will set up cameras on trees to be able to,
Yeah.
like, take a look and see when things are coming and then they can go hunt. Apparently, the guy was hiding out in some type of forestry area, and they tracked him using the trail cams, and then they used a drone to dispatch over top to find him. And then I found the message that they were playing, but they were like playing like an automated message, "Come out, we have you surrounded."
Wow.
But that's how they ended up nabbing the guy. You just got to think. Anywhere you go, you're being watched because if you can't even go into the wilderness and hide, and
there's
in the
microphones
woods,
talking to you?
There's not only microphones, but there's also drones flying over you and cameras watching you. We have given up every right to privacy in this country.
Right.
We are constantly being surveilled.
And it's almost, guess what? And Palantir is going to be the nail in the coffin. It's
over.
They're going to stop you and be like, hey, listen, we think that you kind of want to do a terrorist act because you were talking like this. And you're like, wait, I was joking. No, straight to jail. Straight to jail. It's
Straight to
coming.
jail.
It's coming. All right. This is a good one, guys and gals. A scientific enigma, great word, has emerged from the depths of Antarctica, where a high-altitude experiment designed to study cosmic particles has instead detected a series of inexplicable radio signals rising steeply from beneath the ice. The discovery was made by the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, ANITA, good name, not to be confused with Antifa, a balloon boom array of radio detectors that hovers 24 miles above Antarctica's ice. This is the photo. What the hell is that thing? Holy moly.
Radio detector.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think
Remember when we had the guy on from Raytheon?
The plumber?
The guy, this was the weirdest story, but it's PPD podcast episode something. We had a guy on that claimed that he started out working as a plumber and then was hired by the government to go work as a plumber at this secret base that was hidden in Antarctica. And he talks about all of this because he was plumbing. He had access to every facility in the secret base because if a pipe burst, he had to be able to get in there. And he said he started to adventure through some of these rooms, and he found literally it like that's what he described.
Yeah.
These like structures, these weapons that looked exactly like that. It's so weird to see that picture after hearing him talk about the devices that they used as some type of secret military tech that nobody knew about or had access to except for this plumber.
Oh, I believed him the whole time. You didn't believe him.
I still don't.
Really?
It just seemed weird. His whole backstory was that he
Eric-
got looped in with the government because he was plumbing a rich guy's house. Do you
will-
remember that?
yeah,
he
but
was
what-
plumbing a rich guy's house, and the guy said, "You did so good, we should send you to a secret military base in Antarctica."
Rob, what do plumbers do?
I don't
Play
know,
with shit?
Brandon.
They stop leaks.
Oh, okay.
It's a term. George H.W. Bush.
So
according-
he wasn't really a plumber.
No,
is what
plumber
you're
means
saying.
assassin.
I really thought he was a plumber.
So he
I really thought he was in there like fixing toilets
No,
and
they
shit.
literally called them plumber squads. Like George H.W. Bush had a plumber squad. Clinton had a plumber squad. According to Whitney Webb.
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Plumber Squad. I mean,
That's a-
how do you, well, what's
stop
happening?
leaks.
Yeah, what about all those people that Hillary has mysteriously had die under her?
Plumber Squad.
I mean,
I have an episode coming up about that. 95 names.
95 names
Yeah.
that she had
that worked with them. That
worked
died
with-
weirdly.
My friend has a shirt designed and it's Hillary Clinton's name, and then it has all of the names. I'll have to see if he can send it to me. He has all of the names of the people who mysteriously died associated with the Clintons, and their names on. It's not funny to laugh at. It's just funny
I would love
to
to-
see the image because there's so many names. When you start looking, I've always heard 50, but then you look
Over
even
90.
deeper, and it's like 95 people. How many people do you know that have committed suicide
Or died in an airplane crash.
or died in weird circumstances? I maybe
Two.
know 2 or 3 exactly. I would think that most people on one hand can count the amount of people that they know who have died under mysterious circumstances. The Clintons, it would take a whole group of people's hands to count how many people have died under circumstances.
All right, so
got that
these
cleared up.
scanners are set up to detect subatomic particles called neutrinos that come from space. Instead, Anita has started picking up radio pulses from below the surface on the horizon. To reach Anita's detectors, the signals would have to travel through thousands of kilometers of solid Earth and something current physics deems virtually impossible. Okay, Rob, I'm going to start with you. Actually, well, Brandon, is this yours?
I'll jump on it.
I want you to go first, and then Rob will become you. Then I know you're
Sure.
freaking. So, what do you guys think? Is it a base? Is it ancient civilization? Is it a Nazi base? Is it weather control? Is it portal? I don't. Well, because hold on, this isn't like it's not a gimmick. They're actually picking it up.
Yeah.
There's something coming from down there, and it's thousands. And they're saying it's impossible to actually be something to be this far, and that is. So, what do you think it is?
Oh, I think that we just know nothing about what we are, where we are in the world, that like what Antarctica is, like how the world is set up. Like it's weird that world leaders fly to Antarctica. It's weird that it's the only place in the world that we all collectively share as a place that like not one country owns Antarctica. So
Why do world leaders fly there?
that's the weirdest question. Like I think John Kerry went there before. Like what the hell is that all about?
Yeah, why? What's he doing? Like, was he on a
meeting
skiing
with
trip?
the reptilian meeting. I don't
Yeah,
know.
what is there? Nothing.
Pyramids.
The-
Like,
the-
yeah, there's like pyramids that like that show like in the snow, like the shape of a pyramid and stuff like that. So I think there could be like a whole advanced civilization down there. Like why were the Nazis going then there in World
yeah,
War
what?
II?
I don't get it.
You know, there's always been this like fascination and mystery and lore around Antarctica.
Oh,
so
these are actual pyramids.
yeah, there you go. So I think the sky is the limit as far as what could be there. Definitely something. I'm 99% sure there is something there that we don't know about. That's like beyond our understanding.
Brandon, how much of it do you think? And then Rob, I'm coming to you. How much of it do you think is literally unexplainable? Meaning it has to be something like because, like you said, we can't go down there. Like the depths of the ocean. What is it? 90% of the ocean. You have no idea what's down there. But there's still living life. There's still creatures down there. Like I don't know the name of these little. They're microscopic, but they're alive and they're
Yeah.
down there. Do you think it's man-made? Do you think it's us? Do you think it's aliens? What the hell could it be?
I'm at the point where I think there's, well, I do think there's aliens in the ocean. I think there's aliens in the moon, but I think that we have underground structures and underwater structures. So, like, we could have, like, a whole situation down there that we don't know about, and maybe they're, like, slow dripping it for us. But I think whatever it is, our government or the people who are kind of looped in that we'll talk about in the Bilderberg meeting, like, I think they know about this stuff.
You think we'll ever find out? You think we'll ever know the truth?
No, we can't even get, like, the freaking
JFK
them to come out and say what the Epstein files are.
Yeah. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, to your point, I don't think we'll ever find out what it is because the Jeffrey Epstein files, you're talking about a guy who was indicted for sex trafficking minors to no one. Think about that. There's no one else complicit in that scheme besides Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
And the government continues, despite them telling us and promising, and a large majority, I would like to assume, like myself, who voted for Trump based on the transparency we were promised. And now we're seeing that this administration is not nearly as transparent as they led us to believe. So do I think we'll ever find out what this stuff is? No. What do I think it is? I think it's aliens. And I believe what Brandon said. I believe that there are underwater bases. There have been weird structures that have been filmed from above that are underwater that don't like that, what they say is that nature couldn't have possibly formed the structure to look this way. And then you look at what Connor went and found. Look at these pyramids. I mean, okay, maybe they're not pyramids, but that really, to me, looks like a pyramid. And I find it hard to believe that if that was just a solid rock formation, that it would be formed in that capacity. And look, I mean, it looks perfectly square. Yep. So I think if you wanted to hide, like when my wife wants to hide the snacks for me in the house, you know, where she hides them.
Shame on her. Shame on her.
Right, I pay for
I don't
something.
fucking like that.
Where she hides the snacks is in the vegetable drawer. Why? Because I never go in the vegetable drawer in the fridge. So if you were to hide something, where would you hide it from the American public? Places where they cannot go. Under the ocean where nobody can reach, or under the ice in Antarctica where nobody's going to go because it's too cold.
What do you think?
I'm gonna have to be the voice of reason here. This guy's talking about aliens. All right. First of all, you're assuming that the Earth is round. You know, like
You don't think the Earth is round?
maybe it's
You're a flat
flat.
earther?
I don't know. Maybe Antarctica is the ice wall, and we're being side up into this.
Huh.
But that makes the Antarctica even scarier and even more interesting if the Earth were to be flat and it was the ice wall. Go on.
Nah, but jokes aside, like they're just claiming, because I read the article, they're just claiming an electromagnetic pulse coming out of Antarctica
From really far down.
from really far
so
down.
where's electricity? What's
like
an electric pulse?
Brandon, going from that to aliens. Come on.
Well, here's
mean?
the thing. What is it? What kind of devices down there to
You
be
know,
sending up a frequency?
you know the amount of forces that are acting on Earth. Like you have a center core out of like thousands and thousands of degrees, you know, melting in the middle. You have rocks moving around. You have rare earth materials. Sometimes when a rock clashes with another type of rock, you get electromagnetic waves. You have movement of the water. It's the temperature. You have solar flares. You know, like there's so many other like normal science explanations to this.
Yeah, but science is a psyop a lot of the time. And if aliens live on the moon, which like they most certainly do based on NASA research.
Oh, come on, Brandon.
What?
Why
All right,
would aliens...
NASA transcripts, they go to the moon, 65, they're like, yeah, something else is here. We see something else. They're communicating with us. Fact. So why wouldn't they be in Antarctica?
Fact. You just got fact, homie.
Nah, come on, Brandon.
He's being honest. I mean, he's getting factual.
No,
I'm
but
talking about
that's,
NASA transcripts.
you believe NASA.
I mean, not as crazy as saying you believe science.
The thing is, this is what you do all the time. You cherry pick. Because, like you don't believe some things. And
Cherry picker.
Yeah, cherry picking.
I'll cut the cherry tree down.
Such a
Huh?
CP.
Do you think we went to the moon?
Yes, I do. And that's how we found out that aliens live there.
Do you think that we went when they said that we went? The first time? Like with all the video and all that
Probably
shit?
not. I don't think the footage that we saw was us going there. I think the footage we saw was Hollywood stuff. I think we
so,
went there
too.
at one
I saw
point
the
in time.
movie. I saw the movie.
All right, so
claimed-
they lied about that one you don't like, and they're telling the truth about aliens living there.
I'm just talking about the transcripts. It's like they have transcripts that exist where they're saying like, "Hey, yeah, we see something else up here. There's other stuff on the dark side of the moon." And then when they landed on it, it rang like it was made out of metal.
Buzz Aldrin is also, I don't know if he's who you're referencing, but Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, also stated that they were not alone up there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very difficult. Do you remember when they asked,
Punched him in the
yeah,
face.
Bart Seibel, I forget how to pronounce his last
Oh, it
name.
was so great.
But he was the one that said, put your hand on the Bible and swear to God that you went to the moon. And instead, Buzz Aldrin punched him in the face. That doesn't seem like a normal
Good
response.
for him.
Now, look, you guys are all God-fearing men. You guys all believe. Would you if you had nothing to hide, would you put your hand on the Bible and go, yes, I have nothing to hide. We definitely went to the moon.
Absolutely, I would.
I would say that,
If I went to the moon,
yeah, like if I did go to the moon, yes, I would say that.
Exactly.
But
So
I wouldn't
why would you
I-
turn around and resort to violence?
I wouldn't rule that out.
That's the devil.
I wouldn't rule that out.
No. If someone listen, for instance, we went to Adam and Joe's to eat the sandwiches. Great sandwiches.
Beautiful
by the way.
sandwiches.
And if I said, Humberto, did you and Vinnie go to the? If you and Vinnie went to go eat there yesterday, which I know you did, put your hand in the Bible and swear to it. I wouldn't even hesitate. If you went to the moon, put your hand in the Bible. You're like, I would have been like, yeah, I went to the moon. Take it easy, buddy, and leave.
Yeah.
None of them
Take it
did. And
easy,
another guy was like, if you keep chasing me, I'm gonna knock your head loose. Like
But
it's like they don't like that shit.
Didn't Trump not put his hand on the Bible when he swore in?
Yes, my
Yep.
mom. Yeah, he didn't on this
First one.
On the first one or
he
this
was,
one?
he was the first one to not do it, I think.
But it was the second inauguration
Yes.
that he didn't do it. My mom was big on that. She's like, "Oh, look, he did it," and I went, "Okay, what does that mean?" And she's reptilian.
She was right again.
Well, it drives me crazy. Why
Terrifying.
in court, like American court, if you're a Muslim and you go in a courtroom, you have to go, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. You're using the Bible. What is that?
Right.
If you're Muslim and you don't believe in God, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, you're right.
it's
So,
a great. It's a-
where are you at with this?
I don't know, but I after listening to Phil Schneider, who was a underground geologist, I don't know what his clearance was.
His hand was blown off, right?
His hand was blown off, and he claimed that. Did you hear this?
2 gunshots
Was this
to the
the
head.
Admiral Byrd, or is this separate?
No,
Okay, never
Separate.
mind.
This guy's a
So
legend.
long story short, this guy was killed. Weird.
2 gunshots wounds to the head.
2 gunshots to the head. That's
Classic.
normal. Totally normal. He was in charge of drilling underground bases for the United States government. Mesa, California, New Mexico. He said that, he explained that he would drill 4 holes, Rob. These holes go a mile down. Think about that. They drill a mile down out in the middle of nowhere, secured with Green Berets and fucking soldiers. And then he goes, once these holes are thing, they drop and they blast flaglerate, whatever the word is. They melt rock. So they go down, they melt all this rock, and they build the bases. And down there, they just build. And by the way, from what I've gathered from reading, Behold the Pale Horse and all these other books, that's Bill Cooper. This is Phil Schneider.
Yep.
That we have a completely running and functional government, a replacement government beneath us, meaning they have a replacement president, a vice president, and everything happening down there. I think this one girl was on Sean Ryan, or it might have been Tucker Carlson. One of these things, and she's saying that this is exactly what you have because she worked for them or worked on them. So he says, Rob, you build this thing, then you bring cross sections, you blow up the rock. He goes, we were drilling to get to this mile down. And he goes, the equipment, this is Phil Schneider. You can look at it. It's like an alien expo. It's really, really old, 1996, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, Rob, the equipment kept coming up. Dude, I got goosebumps. The equipment kept coming up broken. And he goes, what the hell? So they sent a human observer down in one of these baskets with a green beret. And he goes, as I'm coming down, he goes, I smelled this horrible, soot, nasty shit. He goes, apparently we drilled over into an alien encampment.
And they smell?
He
Bad.
said it went through his suit. And he goes, I turned, and he goes, standing in front of me, there's a 7-foot, I got goosebumps. And because I believe him.
Yeah.
He was murdered.
Right.
He got killed. He goes, I see a 7-foot alien gray, and he goes, I go and I grab my PP-220, like he has a small gun. They don't, these are fucking geologists.
Yeah.
He pulls out his gun and shoots twice, and he goes, one of them got hit, and he goes, they're mortal and they fucking die.
Nice.
But he goes, while the other one didn't die, the other one did this, rubbed his chest, and he goes, a beam shot out, and he raises his hand, and you could see, Rob, it looks like a beam. His fingers are gone, like a beam hit. He goes, all my nails flew off, my toenails, my sneakers, everything blew off, and I'm laying there with my chest filleted open. By the way, and he shows his body, and he goes, I'm laying there dying. He goes, the Green Beret, God bless his soul, he kind of gets a little choked up. He goes, put me in the basket and push the button and send me up. And he's standing there and he died. And he goes, this guy perished. And he goes, I'm telling you guys right now, all hell broke loose. Green Berets fighting with the aliens that were in this encampment. He goes, and I'm furious that the government lied to us. They didn't tell us that these fuckers were down there. And he goes, a certain amount of us died. He goes, and it died because of that. So to the point, Rob, I don't know if they're aliens. I don't know if they're demons. Whatever these things are, I think they're here. They're kept secret from us. Call it alien, call it evil, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think they've been in cahoots with us. I don't know so much about the fact that we have these treaties. I've read this a lot, where they take 20 people and 90 cows and we let them finger them and we've...
Missing 411.
What's up?
Missing
That's a 411. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is. But here's the thing: how much are they just tracking? How much we're getting in advance? Are they seeing what we're cows and all these things? I don't know the truth. You know what I mean? Like we're never gonna know what the hell these people are doing. I don't trust any. Do you trust the government to tell you the truth?
Nope.
If they came out,
Man, I did. I got hoodwinked.
When?
I thought with Trump.
Oh.
I thought the government was we were finally going to get the transparency that was promised to us during the 2024 campaign.
Yeah.
So when you say, do you think the government's going to tell you the truth? I really did believe Donald Trump was going to. And I feel like we are now further from the truth than we ever have been when it comes to the Epstein files and the JFK files and the MLK files and the RFK files. all of that 9/11. Nobody even talks about that. Where's the investigation into Building 7 or anything that went on 9/11? So, no, I don't think the government will ever be honest with us. And that's really disappointing because I thought this was going to be the turnaround.
Because you know what it is, though? They don't think you can handle it, number one. And number two, you don't deserve to know the truth. And dude.
No, I think they think that we'll all kill them if they tell us the truth.
Well, I think that they realize that we'd be upset. I think Americans would be mad, but Americans deserve to know the truth. But Brandon, they think, you know what they think of you? That what the elites think of you, you're not even a number to them.
Yeah.
You're nothing.
Right.
You're zero. If you die, by the way, and their attitude is depopulation. We're going to get into right now with the Bilderberg group. There's too many of us. Who was the Lord? Can you look up, Robbie, which English lord said if he died and came back, and this is how they think, he would come back as a virus to kill all of us, or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Gates, all these people, all they've ever said. There's too many.
Prince Philip.
Listen, read who he is and what he said.
Let's see. In 1998, based on the information provided, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, expressed a desire to be reincarnated as a deadly virus to help solve overpopulation. You got to think that's not the last thing you want to say on your deathbed. It's like, it could be I love my grandkids, I love my wife. Instead, he's like, no, I want to come back as a virus and destroy
and
humanity.
kill half of you because, Rob, that's how they think of us. Imagine the mentality of, and he's a lord. This is a high-ranking elite face.
Duke.
Buddy, have you seen a photo of him, Rob? He looked rough at the end. He wants to come back as a virus just to kill half of the people on the planet.
Duke of Edinburgh. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he looks
looks
like every bad guy from the movie when they take their human skin. Oh.
Yeah, that guy looked rough. So, I mean, we never know. Yeah. So just pray that it's. I mean, I want to know the truth. I'm one of those nosy ass people. I just want to know. Pull back the curtain and go. Shh. And I'm going to go, yeah, and then I'm telling everybody.
I won't say anything to anybody.
And I had secret clearance.
You want answers?
On Twitter immediately.
You can't handle the answers. All right, guys. I think this is going to be our last one, Rob. What's the time we have? Yeah, this is going to be our last one.
Sweet.
Bilderberg 2025. Speaking of fucking elites and their bullshit.
I want to be invited.
Me too.
I mean, I do too, just to record it.
Which is worse, Davos or Bilderberg?
Bilderberg.
Bilderberg's worse than
Davos.
They're more powerful. Like this is like the small circle.
This is very small. It's like a couple 100 or 200. But I mean, the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations as well. But it's unelected people deciding the future of the world.
Yep.
Who voted for this? I didn't.
No, they're like the real people that run things.
Vinnie, the UN. Nobody votes
the
for
UN's
it.
below them too.
Yeah. But unelected.
Let me read this.
Yeah.
Because Connor wrote this, and I appreciate Connor more than you think. I wrote this because I was going to talk about on the PPD podcast. So these guys met in Stockholm last week. It's a private, off-the-record meeting that's been happening since, you know what date? 1954.
Mm-hmm.
Around 120 of the most powerful people on the planet are in this room. You've got heads of state, tech billionaires, bankers, intelligence officials, military leaders.
Syrians.
It's a lot. So the members have included Bill Clinton, Henry Kissinger, Jeff Bezos, and at this one, Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, Albert Bourla, CEO of Pfizer. Like, just think about who's in this room, bro. Eric Schmidt, former Google CEO, and now involved in AI companies. So Mustafa Suleyman, CEO of Microsoft AI, Lawrence Summers, former Treasury Secretary, Jane Fraser, CEO of Citigroup, Chrystia Freeland, Canadian Minister of Close Ties with WEF, Thomas Friedman, New York Times Foreign Affairs columnist. What a weird group. Like,
if I could be anywhere in the world, like eavesdropping, it'd probably be this.
Oh my God, a fly in the wall.
Yeah.
Military intelligence that stand out. Christopher Donahue, which is a commander, U.S. Army, Europe, and Africa. John Sawyers, former British intelligence chief. Brendan, what is your take on this announcement?
Well, I mean, the headliners, they have, they always have this list of topics they want to hit and like the agenda.
Brendan, read these topics if you want.
Yeah, so nothing to see here. I mean, like transatlantic relationship, okay, Ukraine, okay, U.S. economy, okay, Europe, all right, fine, Middle East, then authoritarian access to defense, innovation, and resilience, AI deterrence, and national security. Proliferation, geopolitics of energy and critical minerals, but then depopulation and migration.
Depopulation.
Oh, I'd like to put that last.
Yeah,
of course they do.
Try to bury it.
and by the way, look at the people that are there. Look,
How'd Stacey Abrams get invited?
Why is she there?
Yeah.
What is she there for? Like she's making decisions, brother. These are decisions. These guys,
It's a red herring.
They make global policies that we all have to live under. I didn't vote for any of these fucking people, and they have power, bro. And by the way, they're secure. They have security. They have Navy SEAL ex-Navy SEAL guys protecting them. There's a video of a guy going to Peter Thiel going, "Hey, listen, what's going on? What's all this?
Yeah.
What's up your relationship with Epstein?
Yeah.
He talked about you. He mentioned you. What? And just." I don't like that shit at all, bro.
Peter Thiel is dangerous. If you ever want to read or watch a good documentary, there's a documentary about Hulk Hogan suing Gawker. Okay, the backstory is that Hulk Hogan was filmed having sex with a radio guy's wife, Bubba the Love Sponge. I worked for him in Tampa for 2 years. He's a great guy, but he was into some freaky stuff
What do you
sexually.
mean he was filmed?
Okay, so Bubba had security cameras in his home.
Oh, okay.
Hulk Hogan, Bubba had an open marriage with his wife. Hulk Hogan was going through a rough time.
Open marriage
like
means
swingers. So Hulk Hogan.
That's what he gets.
Hulk Hogan was staying with Bubba because he was divorcing his wife, Linda, needed a place to stay. He and Bubba were good friends. Bubba said, "Hey, if you want, you can go have sex with my wife." He goes upstairs and has sex with his wife. Yeah, very nice. If you've ever seen Heather, go ahead.
Yeah, what do you think about unreasonable hospitality?
He definitely read How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Listen, there's some chips. There's a little bowl of pistachios. Oh, you want to go bang my wife? She's right there.
So here's what happens. Hulk Hogan, the tape, so the video gets recorded on Bubba the Love Sponge's home security surveillance system. That then gets copied to a DVD. Bubba is divorcing his wife. He takes the DVD. He hides it at his studio because he doesn't want his wife to have it because she can release it. At some point, it's alleged, and there was an FBI sting involved. This is crazy, but I was caught in the middle of this. I had no idea. I moved to Tampa to work for one guy. I end up getting fired for that guy. I go and I work for Bubba, and then I find out that the guy that fired me had actually had a hand in, allegedly, stealing the tape and then releasing it. Again, these are all court documents and FBI investigations. There's a sting operation. So what happens is Hulk Hogan then sues Gawker. Gawker, the website, actually released images from the sex tape, and you're not allowed to do that without the proper party's knowledge. Hulk Hogan had to agree to release the film because he was filmed having sex, and then Bubba the Love Sponge's wife also had to agree to have that the images released. Gawker decided to go around them and release the footage. So then Hulk Hogan sues Gawker, but Hulk Hogan doesn't have enough money to go up against Gawker. Well, Peter Thiel had an axe to grind against Gawker because Gawker outed Peter Thiel as gay. So before anybody knew that Peter Thiel was into dudes, Gawker wrote an article, outed him. So Peter Thiel held onto this grudge for years. And when he found out that Hulk Hogan was suing Gawker, Peter Thiel then funded the lawsuit just to shut down Gawker. So Peter Thiel is not a guy to fuck with. He is a very dangerous, very rich, and very powerful man. He also created
J.D. Vance
and
Palantir.
Oh, yeah.
The company that they are going to use to surveil all Americans for our safety, Patriot Act Part 2. But these are the types of people that are being invited to these groups. Stacey Abrams, Alex Karp, Peter Thiel. These are not, hey, the guy that runs the local hardware store has an idea about how we can better our community. These are globalist, elite scum, in my opinion.
Yeah, and by the way, look at this, the hair color. You see the hair coloring on the side that he's kind of off?
Carp?
That's Peter Thiel on the top right.
Oh, yeah.
That's Peter Thiel. But, and by the way, he was behind helping fund. He was one of the first angel investors for Facebook, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Peter Thiel. So you want to talk about not surveillance.
And he
but all
might drink young people's blood.
What does that mean?
Like, he might be a big fan of drinking the blood of young people. There's an allegation that he pays young men to drink their blood, but we don't know if it's true or not. So,
Listen,
allegedly.
I mean,
yeah.
that's fucking wild.
But yeah, so I
You
mean,
really
like,
want to put that out there. You know, Palantir is going to do a scroll of everything said ever.
I know. I already said it. So, it's,
So you're in a list.
It's
I mean,
right?
if you looked at if they were to say, hey, draw a picture of a mad scientist or a crazy person.
either of them.
It'd be the guy in the middle. Look at Alex Karp. The guy's hair, all of it looks odd. And then you hear him talking about he wants to use drones to pour urine on his enemies. Like the guy, none of them seem normal.
Nope.
And these are the people that are going to dictate policy at the Bilderberg Group for you and,
by the
I
way,
to follow.
and by the way, all these people are surveillance, banking, pharma, AI, military, media, all in one room.
And crypto in the corner.
And depopulation, and then the depopulation and the migration. What you guys are talking about depopulating the planet?
They want 500 million people on the world, supposedly.
Well, guess what? Albert Bourla, that guy right there, the CEO of Pfizer. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know, depopulation with all the freaking vaccines and all the people dying and all the fucking sterilization of all the
It's a
people.
drop in the bucket, though, for what they want.
It's a drop in the bucket, but I
Like,
mean,
they want
don't-
500 million left, not 500 million gone.
That's insane.
And
bro.
how many people are currently on the
7
planet?
point
9
some
9 billion.
9 billion.
Yeah.
It went up to 9.
I think 8 or 9 billion. Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's what the Georgia Guidestones had said.
But
is
then,
that
but then this
500
is
mil.
when people talk about, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists, bro. This is global control. This is exactly
if
what the
this
fuck.
isn't a conspiracy, what is a conspiracy?
Yeah, this is the new world order, the one world government. This is what the hell they want. Yeah, bro. Stacey Abrams,
But
that she does not belong.
she
there.
sticks
You
out like
know-
a sore thumb. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what she
don't
was
get it.
doing there.
You know what? I got to talk to one of the organizers
Oh,
at
come
Davos. Yeah, I
Oh,
got to talk.
you're fucking cooked.
What do I mean I'm cooked? I got to talk
What,
to
the
one of the da-
staffer?
Ask the chat if he's a
No,
fed.
one of the organizers. All right, and it's not that bad. All right.
He's a nobody.
No, he was somebody.
Who?
And he goes like people go there and they do business.
Yeah, but this isn't Davos.
But maybe they go there and do business.
No, this is where they plan the plan of the world.
That's doing business, all
No, it's
right?
not. This is like shaping
Globalist
global
business.
events.
Well, but if they want to invite me, I'm not gonna be like this two.
No, I would love
cooks.
to go.
I will enjoy the champagne.
jealous that I don't get
won't
to
say
go.
shit. You know, I'm gonna keep quiet, enjoy the champagne, and I bet they have fun activities and finger food. I love it.
Yeah,
Literal fingers
yeah,
of children
right.
that they eat. The finger food. How does James O'Keefe not investigate this? He is so good, and the O'Keefe Media Group has done such a good job of catching people on camera here in the United States under undercover footage. How has he not infiltrated one of these meetings?
Oh, they
and
have
we
it on
see
lock.
it?
They have it on lock.
I actually have an answer to this. All right. Remember when he came here? Like he came here for the interview
Yeah.
or whatever for their home team. Pat gave him a few ideas, and he was, even though the thing was recorded, he was honestly writing down ideas on a notepad.
It was Bilderberg?
So I think he does a tremendous job, but he lacks creativity. All right, he's probably hasn't even thought of this.
Really?
The audience is split. The poll. Why is Humberto talking to these people? And that's Davos. It was 40% think he's a dirty fed, 20% think he's a true journalist, and another 40% think reasons we probably can't disclose. So they believe that you are compromised.
Me too.
Humberto.
Dude, Raytheon does a great job. Have you been through their rants?
I love Boeing.
Oh, we're dropping these
Yep.
bunker busters.
the money is.
Wonderful.
But yeah, I mean, before Jones, like, we didn't even know about these things. Like, in the 90s, he started to, like, infiltrate these things and highlight them. But, I mean, like, so there was a time where it wasn't just, like, national news that they were doing their annual meeting. Like, it was completely secret for a period of time, so...
Well, yeah. I mean, remember, what was the one that he broke into with the giant owl in the middle of the woods?
Yeah, the
don't tell
Bohemian
me.
Grove.
Bohemian Grove. That
Yeah.
used to be a rumor. And when people go, oh, a bunch of elites gather in the woods and worship a giant wooden owl and they do these weird rituals, everybody's like, you're crazy. You should wear a tinfoil hat. I bet you believe everything you read on the internet. And then it turns out it's true.
You ever hear what Nixon said about Bohemian
Oh, yeah.
Grove?
A bunch of
He's the faggiest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
That's a,
That's a quote, by the way.
Yeah,
That's a quote.
But
That's
Alex Jones too was amazing.
Yeah,
This
when he
new
went there.
replacement
Yeah.
for Alex Jones, I don't like him very much.
you said they need a new replacement?
No, yeah, they need a new replacement. This
Yeah, he thinks we're on version 3.
Oh well, I mean,
Of
I don't know
Alex
how do you
Jones.
lose all that weight for the second.
because the first one got replaced by Bill Hicks. There was Alex Jones 2, all right? And then he magically disappeared, got married to a lady, and this is Alex Jones 3. He swings both ways.
It's so weird, but I got to agree with Humberto on this. Here's the thing: the Alex Jones that we went to dinner with, remember that
It's
night?
not this guy.
Not the same guy. That now maybe people change, and that could be possible. Maybe he cut out the booze and he started eating right and started
or
exercising.
Ozempic.
Or they killed him and they replaced him with a lesser crazy version of him, one that they can control. The thing is, he's still out there. He's very much against. If they did kill Alex Jones, I can't believe we're having this conversation. If they did kill Alex Jones and
Kill or
clone
replace.
him, wouldn't he be for the war in Iran, not against the war in
He's
Iran?
4 pounds here.
That's why he's at the end of his run.
So the clone is at the end of its
Yeah,
run.
this is
They
So
just
we're on the
updated it.
verge of a fourth variation of Alex
yeah,
Jones.
he's running off script. We're gonna get Alan Jones 4 Electric Boogaloo.
Did you ever
It's
see
gonna be-
Multiplicity? Did you ever see Multiplicity with Michael Keaton,
course.
where they keep cloning him, and each clone gets shittier and shittier and dumber. So eventually, we'll just have an Alex Jones retarded version.
You think the frogs
I mean, it was
being
kinda
gay was
retarded.
great?
What? That was true though.
Yeah.
RFK came out and confirmed they were making the frogs gay with the chemicals in the
And
water.
now the people-
It wasn't actual gayness, but it was changing their gender.
And now the people are like that.
Yeah,
Well, they're saying, well, would they say something about the women and they keep flushing their whatever in the water?
Their tampons.
Yeah, the
or-
tampons.
or something.
No. They take hormones.
The pills, the birth
yeah,
control
the
pills,
birth
and it
control
goes in the
pills.
water. They flush the toilet. That gets.
They ruin everything.
It's all.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staffers and women. The
Well, what
worst.
about what about well,
And globalists are
well
third.
Joe Biden? I mean Joe Biden. I saw a couple videos. One where he's towering over Jill. One where he's like, you can't be pro Trump and pro cop, and he doesn't blink for 2 minutes. Try not to blink for 30 seconds. Did you see that one, Rob?
I didn't.
Biden.
And then the blatant one with the
I would listen. The only person I believe that I wouldn't put it past if there was different versions of lookalikes of Biden that are very close. And I saw a video, bro, of some CIA shit of some masks, recent masks with the robot head. Holy shit, you won't believe it.
Yep.
Like they took this. Like I mean, the guy spent a lot of money and went like this and put it on, and it looks like a human being.
Imagine the audacity of them to like trot a robot out there with Biden's face on it and have him talk. Like
Oh
the
my
notion
God.
that they could have done that. Like, what are the odds of that for you?
What's great is today, this happened just a few hours ago. This is according to ABC News. They did the subcommittee on Joe Biden's cognitive abilities and rumored decline. And according to ABC News, Republicans uncover no new intel on Biden during hearing on his cognitive abilities in office. Yeah, fuckheads, that's because we've been claiming since 2022 that he wasn't cognitively there. So yeah, you're not going to find anything new because the story has remained the same.
Yeah.
He has had Alzheimer's or some kind of other mental deficiency since at least 2022. But they're saying even before, when he was on the campaign trail for 2020, that there were signs that he was not cognitively there. So yeah, you're not going to find new evidence because we've been saying this for 4 years now.
And butt cancer. Like he
Yeah.
has cancer. He has
Right.
prostate cancer. It's like, bro,
No update on that, by the way. We have not heard anything. He came out, made one announcement, and then moved on, and nobody has talked about the butt
it's
cancer at all.
it's so, bro. The Democrats. Oh my goodness, bro. Those
What
guys.
they did to Jimmy Carter, remember?
Remember Jimmy Carter just wheeling him out as
They
a fucking
wheeling as a
prop.
prop.
Remember, they reeled Dianne Feinstein onto the Senate floor to cast a vote. The woman was bedridden and in a wheelchair.
Dude, they don't fucking.
They
play
don't.
games.
They use. Remember, it goes back to how long can you hold on to control and power. That's why you look at it makes me wonder with all this stuff going on in Israel and Iran right now. Like I look at Lindsey Graham and I'm like, how dumb do the people of South Carolina in that district have to be to continue to reelect a warmongering, in my opinion, and not the opinions of this company or this podcast, a warmongering closeted homosexual? How long are they going to continue to vote for that?
Yeah.
Because you look at Lindsey Graham and you go, single, no kids, weird relationship with Tim Scott that nobody can really identify. Definitely seems a little bit more on the flamboyant side and is the biggest advocate of invading Iran and going to war in the Middle East. How do people continue to vote for that? How do people continue to vote for Mitch McConnell? The only reason he's not going to continue in politics is because he's stepping down, retiring.
Yeah.
How do people continue to vote for these idiots?
I don't get the same thing. Same thing with dude. Same thing with California. It's like I gave up feeling bad for them. I'm like, you know what? We've talked about it. We've exposed them. We're showing you facts. How many times have we talked about Gavin Newsom on the PBD podcast? How many times have we talked about him here? And it's like, if you have the chances, Larry Elders, yeah, people are like, oh, Uncle Tom, you're a loser. I like anything to change, and they don't want it. Bro, it's Stockholm Syndrome. They fell in love with their abuser. Stay there. Good for you.
And get ready, because Pat has talked about who's going to be the candidate in 2028. And I really believe at this point that it's going to be Gavin Newsom.
I said, remember that I called it too.
Yeah, so if you look at what Gavin Newsom has been doing behind the scenes, right? He did that weird debate with DeSantis. Then he launched a podcast where he started speaking to people on the right. And then it was just reported yesterday that he is now starting a Substack account. These are all these weird, small little things that you would do to prepare for a campaign. You're finding new ways to reach an audience. You're reaching out on alternative media platforms. I can't imagine that there's a lot of liberals on Substack. I don't use Substack that often.
I don't even know what the hell
I
it
know
is.
it's for journalists, but usually the journalists that I see on there lean more to the right than they do left. I really believe Gavin Newsom is slowly making a play for 2028. But you have to look at the disastrous policies that have gone on in California and made good people like you flee the state as a reason as to not, like, You got to remember, that guy was locking people up and putting them in jail for going to church during the pandemic. How is anyone ever looking past that?
Nope.
Imagine
Well,
him
well, he
using
was
Palantir. Imagine him using Palantir once that's in full effect in 4 years.
Yeah. And it's gonna happen.
It's there.
Oh, it's like basically here right now.
No, it's gonna
Palantir.
happen, and I'm gonna go a step further, Rob. It's gonna be Gavin Newsom, and then they need to balance him out with someone from the progressive
AOC?
side. Gavin Newsom, AOC, they're gonna be unstoppable. And I don't wanna say what's going on right now. Like my opinion about. I don't talk about a few things, but I don't think the Republicans have a hold on the next election anymore.
No, I would agree with you on that.
But what the fuck? Oh, sorry.
Which is scary for the midterms.
Yeah,
It's very
big time.
scary.
But here's the thing: what is the Democrats' message? Trump is not going to be here in 4 years. What are they going for? No kings?
Vinny,
no
the
kings.
thing
Okay,
is-
he's gone.
The thing is, we have different mindsets, all right? Us, rational people, we want policies, we want action, and that type of thing, security. And these people, they go on emotion, Like, what did Obama do to get him elected? Like,
He was just like, yes, we can. And the black thing, which he didn't do shit for anybody. Like,
good marketing, the right emotions, the right quotes,
Yeah, and
things
didn't do
to say,
shit.
they will swing an election around.
but okay, here's my question. Gavin, AOC, what's the pitch? What's the slogan?
Progressive.
Trans.
Can't get worse than what we did in California and New York.
Well, if we're in the middle of a World War III, then your argument is, well, we're the party of not engaging war.
Yeah.
And we want to get out of the Middle East, and we want to restore democracy to Iran without having to send our troops overseas. I mean, there's a lot of angles they can go. The biggest thing for me when it comes to the Iran-Israel, I agree with you 100%, by the way. I don't believe that they have a lock on this election. I'm scared and worried for the midterms because if we do end up having a shift, then Trump no longer has the heavy hand that he has right now. My concern is what changed with President Trump between Thursday of last week in the morning when he issued, do not bomb Iran. He said to Netanyahu publicly in front of a camera, if you invade the Middle East, if you invade in Iran, you are going to disrupt the talks, the nuclear deal talks. He said that on Thursday. Thursday night, Israel goes and bombs Iran. And then Trump comes out the next day and goes, well, I knew. Well, does Donald Trump sound like, to any of you guys in this room, does Donald Trump sound like the type of guy that's going to let somebody get one over on him?
Never.
Only in one case.
He's the chief negotiator. He is the art of the deal. He doesn't look as strong if there's a country that's acting in opposition to him. And that is exactly what Israel did. So for me, it's like, what changed with Trump? Because on Thursday morning, he was, do not do this. Friday morning, he was, oh, they did it excellently, and I knew about it all along. Well, if you knew about it all along, you wouldn't have come out on Thursday and said, don't act, don't do it, because now it looks like you're, and I'm not saying that he is, but it looks like you're Israel's bitch. It looks like Israel tells you what to do, and you take your marching orders from another country.
They do.
That's the optics of it right now. I'm not saying that is what it is, but something changed on Thursday, and I am dying to know what it is.
Read One Nation Under Blackmail. I mean, he explains it pretty well. That was his network. That's who he's plugged in with. That's who's responsible for his up and coming or his uprise.
So are you saying that he's on the Epstein list then, if he's compromised?
No, I'm saying that those people are responsible for helping him get where he was, especially when he was getting bailed out from bankruptcy and stuff like that, and that he was a blackmailer. So I mean, I'm sure they have, like, not that he was on the list, but I'm sure they have stuff that makes him not look good.
Or you know what could be? Stop flashing the screen, please. I get it. It's fucking the distraction. I lost my fucking train of thought.
I've seen
just fucking words and shit flashing. No, but here's the thing. Not necessarily that he's on the list. What if? Are you ready for this, Rob?
Yeah.
You're Trump. Hey, just really quick. Your son-in-law or your cousin or your very close business associate. Guess where this is? Look at them doing this. You're not on it.
Oh, it's
but
Jeffrey Epstein's Island.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Oh, no.
But and here's the thing. You never know because Elon doing what Elon said, which is unexplainable. He showed his drug thing. He's not on drugs, whatever, if it's real. It goes from that to you're on the list. Trump doesn't really respond. And then 180. It's very, very weird. And for Tulsi Gabbard in March to sit in front of Congress and say, The Ayatollah is not, bro, she's the director of national intelligence. She's not stupid. It's called the director of national intelligence. She has intelligence from all these agencies, and then it's a flip. I don't know. I don't know what would make someone go from no to that, or is it to save face? Because for Bibi and them to say, oh, they're trying to assassinate Trump, and then it's going to make Trump look bad.
I don't think it's irrelevant that, remember, a week after the assassination attempt, they started saying, like, yeah, Iran did this one, and they're 1 month away from having a nuclear weapon. So why'd that happen right after that?
It's really weird.
I can't help but feel like these people who helped them get elected with, like, the Israel network, like, could have had something to do with that assassination thing.
Can I give you an alternative? All right, because what changed or what happened to him? Like, I think he's trying to make the best out of a bad situation. Like, I have managed people that manage people before. Like, it works like a pyramid. Like, when you're top dog, you're the president. You manage people that manage people that manage people that manage people that manage people. So your grip on things, it gets very slippery. Then you have foreign agents. Then you have interest from one side, interest from the other side. You can get blindsided. You need to save face from the other side. You have people that are very interested in one thing to happen or the other thing to happen. Like, he needs to, I don't know, I think communication-wise, he's trying, like, at least, you know?
Do you think, but back to your original point of what would the Democrat, because that's what the jumping off point into this Israel-Iran talk was, what do the Democrats actually have to stand for in 2028? Well, if you look at the news today, Thomas Massie is teaming with not other Democrats, he's teaming with Democrats as part of this anti-Iran coalition where they're fighting against an invasion in Iran. So what you're seeing is Thomas Massie is crossing party lines to team with Democrats. I think that's going to be the move. If we end up going into a war with Iran, it's going to be, hey, I don't think it's going to be quick. I don't think it's going to be like the Gulf War of 91 or 92, where we're in and out in a few days. I think this is going to be an ongoing thing for the next couple of years. One of the things I thought about this weekend is what if, and this is just purely speculation on my part, what if the assassination attempt on July 13th wasn't actually an assassination attempt, but more of a warning?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? We've realized we can't stop this movement. The only thing we can do is send a warning to him. Hey, we're going to shoot you in the ear. And next time, it's not going to be the ear. It's going to be your head. And it's not just going to be your head. It's going to be everybody that you love as well. So if you want to get this election, then you're going to play by our rules. Because, look, we can get to you. So what if that was the case? And what if Thomas Crooks was not trying to shoot Trump in the head, but was aiming for the ear because they did want to put him in a position where he had to work alongside of this deep state in order to try and control the damage that they're trying to do while being controlled by the deep state that's trying to do the damage that he's trying to undo.
Coming from a shooter, though, to shoot somebody in the ear in a turn,
It's impossible.
it's very hard.
Vin, DARPA has
almost impossible.
DARPA has a bullet. DARPA has a bullet though that you can control it once you shoot it. You could
Yeah, but
steer
guys,
the
I'm
direction.
talking about. Think about this: turn in a split second for a bullet. I'm talking about.
I get it.
Yeah,
Believe me, I just started going, how can he shift on so many things
I'm,
that he stood against
I'm questioning
for
it
so
too,
long?
because bro, it's just the vibe. When I see him now, I'm telling you, I've been following him for like closely since 2015, 16. Okay,
Adam called you
the
out on
energy's
that.
off. What?
Adam called you out on how long you've been supporting him.
Yeah, and he tried to call me out. It's not like he won.
Who does he
I'm like,
think he is?
bitch, I've been following this. I've been behind Trump because of the message about America. And I'm telling you, from a vibe standpoint, something changed.
You know, I think
I'm not
MAGA was
different
ruined by
person.
Adam. 100%. Once Adam
Infiltrated.
It might have been Adam.
Adam Sosnick flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
something's wrong.
Adam said, I love MAGA. That's it. We're fucked.
Yeah,
We're
It's
done.
over.
Exactly. That was a turning point.
I would like to say, before we are accused of being anti-Semitic or conspiracy theorists or anything like that, I would just like to say there are innocent people both in Israel and Iran that are dying because of these bombings. And so I wish that we could focus on that. That should be what we focus on. Hey, how do we prevent these innocent civilians from dying? Because it's happening on both sides.
Right,
Yes.
and Netanyahu's the enemy of the Israeli people. Like, the Israeli people hate Netanyahu. There was hundreds of thousands of people in Israel protesting against Netanyahu for changing the structure of the Supreme Court when he was under investigation. So, you know, like, anybody who says anti-Semitic stuff, like, we're saying things on behalf of the Israeli people that Netanyahu's putting them in positions they didn't want to be in.
I don't. Yes. As we wrap up, I don't subscribe to that bullshit, weak-ass Rabbi Shmuley, all those guys that are like, if you criticize Israel, you're automatically labeled anti-Semitic. Guess what? That shit doesn't play with me. I'm a Syrian. We're Semites. Oh, yeah. And guess what? It's bullshit. And the fact that you're trying to go to Congress and make it illegal and fine people for saying anything about Israel as a government, that just shows everybody what you're trying to do, okay? I want accountability for everybody. Iran needs regime change. We get it, okay? But what's the plan, okay? You knocked out all the leaders. You're about Khomeini, some guy messaged me on Instagram, is like, he's already dead, but they're trying to hide it, okay? Then what? As if that power vacuum you're going to leave just like that? Like it worked in Iraq? Oh, like it worked in Afghanistan? Oh, like it worked in Syria? Oh, like it worked in Lebanon? No. Give me a fucking plan, okay? We still have, there's Assyrians there. We have family members in Iran. My mom and dad are from there. Pat's family's from there, okay? Give them a plan. It's not just like, oh, well, Bibi's like, and Bibi's full of shit about the bomb. I don't believe, show me proof. Show me the intelligence. And I'm tired of this. Israel's such a small little, enough with that bullshit. They're the most advanced. You mean to tell me the guys that did the fucking pager operation that blew up all these Hamas guys, the same people that have been had a drone situation in Iran 2 years in the making that have just been bombing all these people, missiles into apartment rooms in a high-rise and killing people. You can't show us the evidence of this nuclear bomb? Show it to us. If not, then people are going to question you. All right? Enough with the games. Say what you want. I think people would respect Bibi more if Bibi just said, hey, listen, these guys are fucked up. We're going to go in and change it. And hey, Iran, we need somebody, we've been working with somebody that's going to step up and become the leader. Because if not, you just fucking chopped off the head and everybody's running around. Who do you think's going to take control? You don't think other factions, you don't think these other assholes are going to step up?
Well, that's what happened with the cartels in Mexico. They chopped off all the heads with no plans.
And then what happened?
It got way worse.
It got 10
even
times.
worse criminals took over the cartel.
Because the younger generation didn't have a code. Didn't have a code of honor. They will start killing tourists. They started
everybody. And
I always work under like least death, least suffering, least cost. All right, that's my team. All right, less human death, less human suffering, less cost for the taxpayer. I don't see a plan. I don't want to get involved in this thing. They need to figure it out. I think a plan will really help for them to go like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And that's what it is, you know? But the wheels are moving, and like it or not,
it's going.
It's going.
It's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. I just hope, because I saw a report today that Iran said that they're going to come to talk to Trump at the White House. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But anyway, guys, good episode.
Way to leave off on a positive note.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry.
Well, listen, I mean,
What are you doing this weekend, Vinny?
Yeah, I mean,
Surviving the nuclear blast.
Yeah, it's just, by the way, you know that they told us in the military, if there's a nuclear bomb, let's say, and it happens that way, you're supposed to get down in the position of a turtle. So the weight, I'm dead serious. So like, here's your head, here's your butt in the air. So if a shockwave comes, it kind of just goes over your body.
That's good. Then you
just don't do this.
Poisoned with the
Don't
radiation.
stand there and go, what the hell is that? Yeah, you're going to get ass cancer.
That's a bright light.
Yeah, what is that? And I always put myself in the shoes. Imagine like in Hiroshima, like people, like I saw a documentary where ladies like, I just saw a flash and then just heat. And people were evaporated, bro, standing there, and their shadows were against the wall, bro.
I'm going to do a funny pose.
That's so messed up. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. What is today? Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah. Tomorrow, Thursday, PBD Podcast. If you're watching, Nancy Mace will be joining.
Oh, Nancy Mace is going to be on the PBD Podcast. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, take a second and subscribe. Guys, if you're on Manect, Humberto's on Manect.
I am.
Brandon's on Manect. Rob's on Manect. I'm on Manect. There's a competition right now, guys, for the top 3. Manect,
Top 3 of each category.
Of each category. If you haven't downloaded Manect, guys, whoever you want to talk to and they're going to respond to you like that, guaranteed, 99, 98%?
I'm 100%. So
I'm 100%. If you want to holler at me, holler at me. My Instagram has hundreds of, I can't even check them. Once in a while, I'll see one. But anyway, God bless you guys. Take care of each other. Love each other. We'll see you guys next week.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.